Hello, grade 3. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, my lovely students. Hope you doing fine and you well. Today we are going to start with our new lesson in new chapter, chapter 6, lesson 3. The title of the lesson is What tools are used to measure weather? What tools are used to measure weather? So all of you prepare your science book and pencil and open page 267. Are you ready? Let's go. Why we measure weather? Why we measure weather? Now look over here and over here. We have here two pictures, okay? The picture on the left show us that the temperature is very cold, while the picture on the right show us the temperature is very hot. So why we measure weather? To know about the temperature and other characteristics. How could you describe the weather today? How could you describe the weather today? There are many ways of describing weather, but the one that most people say it is either cold or hot. So you might say it is too hot or too cold. Or you could also describe the weather by saying that the temperature is 34 degrees Celsius. As I said before in the previous slide that we have two ways to describe the weather. Let's start with the first way. You might say it's too hot or too cold. Now look at these pictures, okay? Look over here and over here. Can anyone tell me about the weather in these two pictures? Huh? It's hot or cold? Excellent. It's hot. And look over here and here. Huh? What about the weather in these two pictures? Excellent. It's very clear that the weather is cold. Okay? So how would you describe the weather today? You might say it's too hot or too cold, but someone else might not agree. That person might like the weather. So words like hot and cold mean different things to different people. Let's go to the second way to describe the weather. You could also describe the weather by saying the temperature. You could also describe the weather by saying the temperature. But how, teacher? By using this tool. All of you know the name of this tool is what? Thermometer. Excellent. But teacher, we have here two letters, F and C. Okay, I will tell you now. C for Celsius, C for Celsius, F for Fahrenheit, F for Fahrenheit. So here we have Fahrenheit and Celsius. So Celsius and Fahrenheit are scales used to measure the temperature. Used to measure what? The temperature. So here inside I have red liquid. This red liquid goes up or down according to the temperature, okay? And it's very easy to tell me how many Celsius degree and how many Fahrenheit degree. Here, how many Celsius? Excellent, is 20 degree Celsius and 62 degree Fahrenheit. Okay, now look over here for this picture. On the right hand here we have three thermometer. This is the same one, but we put it in different temperatures. Okay, in different temperature. The liquid inside most thermometer is either alcohol or mercury. The liquid goes up in the tube when it is warm. It goes down when it is cold. When it is what? Cold. Okay, students, can anyone tell me now, do you know which scales we use to measure the length? Excellent. We use the inch and centimeter, but in which tool? In the thermometer also? No, on the ruler. Excellent. Now let's talking about the thermometer. Thermometer is a tool used to measure the temperature of the air. Thermometer is a tool used to measure the temperature of the air. This is the shape of thermometer. As I said before, there is a liquid inside the thermometer. This liquid goes up and down according to the temperature. So now look over here for these two pictures. In these two pictures, we have two different temperature. The picture on the left is a very cold temperature. It's 5 degrees Celsius, and the picture on the right, it's too hot at 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, so when scientists measure weather, so they can describe its characteristics exactly, it will be accurate. So if a scientist reports that the temperature is, for example, 34 degrees Celsius, people everywhere can understand what that means. Now let's go to talking about the tools for measuring weather. We have 5 tools for measuring weather. Just concentrate and repeat after me. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1, anemometer. Anemometer. Number 2, wind vane. Wind vane. Number 3, hygrometer. Hygrometer. Number 4, rain gauge. Rain gauge. Number 5, barometer. Barometer. So we have 5 tools for measuring weather: anemometer, wind vane, hygrometer, rain gauge, and barometer. As I told you, we have 5 tools for measuring weather, and I said I will explain them one by one. So let's start by number 1. What is the name of this tool? Anemometer. Excellent. Between two brackets, I wrote wind speed. What does it mean? This is the picture for this tool. This is the picture for anemometer. In which way we use the anemometer? An anemometer measures wind speed. That's why I wrote it between two brackets, wind speed, because we use an anemometer to measure wind speed. Anemometer measures wind speed. Anemometer measures wind speed. Now let's go to the second tool, is the wind vane. Wind vane. Between two brackets, direction of the wind. Now I will tell you why we wrote the direction of the wind. This is the shape for this tool, wind vane. As you know, we have 4 directions. We have 4 directions: north, west, east, and south. Okay, so why we wrote direction of the wind? Because wind vane shows the direction from which the wind is blowing. So if there is a wind but you don't know the direction of from which this wind is blowing, you can use this tool to help you the direction of the wind. Okay, and by the way, both wind speed and direction of the wind affect the weather. Put this in your mind, that the wind speed and the direction of the wind both affect the weather. Well, let's go to the tool number 3, hygrometer. Hygrometer, between two brackets, water vapor. Okay, why we wrote water vapor? Because scientists use a hygrometer to measure how much water vapor in the air. And this is the shape of this tool. Hygrometer used to measure how much water vapor is in the air, and this is called humidity. Because, as we said in the previous lesson, humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. So hygrometer to measure the amount of water vapor, or to measure how much water vapor is in the air. Humidity. What is the humidity? The amount of water vapor in the air. All of you know the humidity, the amount of water vapor in the air. And the humidity can be low or high. The humidity can be low or high, this according to the amount of water vapor in the air. How, teacher? Humidity is low when air is dry. Humidity is high when air has more water vapor. So the humidity, the amount of water vapor in the air. All of you know that, yes? This humidity can be low, can be high. When the humidity is low, when the air is dry. When the humidity is high, when air has more water vapor. Okay? Why? Because I said the humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. So if the air is dry, that means the water vapor is less. So the humidity will be low. When air has more water vapor in it, so the humidity will be high. So the humidity can be low or high according to the amount of the water vapor. If there is a lot of water vapor, that means the humidity is high. If there is a less water vapor, that means the humidity is what? Is low. Okay. Tool number 4, rain gauge. All of you say rain gauge. Between two brackets, rain. You know from the name of this tool, rain gauge, that means this used to measure the amount of a rain. Yes? This is the shape of rain gauge. It's like the measuring cup because has what? Has numbers. So a rain gauge measures how much rain has fallen. How much rain has fallen. Let's go to the last tool that we use to measure the weather is barometer. Is what? Barometer. Between two brackets, air pressure. Now look over here. This is the tool. This is the barometer. Okay. Scientists can measure air pressure with a tool called barometer. Change in air pressure are clues to the kind of weather that is on the way. So we use barometer to measure air pressure, look over here, look at this tool. Do you know the name of this tool? Excellent, this is barometer. We use barometer to measure the air pressure, as I said, okay? Low air pressure often means the weather will be cloudy or rainy. High air pressure often means weather will be sunny with clear sky. Look here. So, air pressure is low means the weather will be cloudy or rainy. Air pressure is high, that means the weather will be sunny. And inside the barometer I have, this is named movable pointer to move right and left. And inside, as you see here, we have 3 drawing: cloud with rain, that means the weather here is rainy, partly cloudy, sun with cloud, and the last drawing is what? Sun, that means the weather is sunny. When the movable pointer move, here is between 1000 and 1010. That means here the air pressure is low. That is why here they drawing what? Rainy. Because I said when the air pressure is low, that means the weather will be cloudy. But if the movable pointer move between, for example, 1040 or 1050, it will be what? It will be sunny. That means the air pressure is high. Okay, here we have very interesting definition is atmosphere. I think this is the first time to hear this word or this definition, okay? Atmosphere is a blanket of air that surrounds Earth. But before I explain what is the meaning of atmosphere, do you know what is a blanket? Of course, we use the blanket to what? To cover our body, to surround our body, to protect us, okay? Why we said atmosphere is a blanket of air that surrounds Earth. Now look over here. This is the Earth. Over here, this is the Earth also. And this is the Earth. But what do you see here? There is something like the gases, okay, surrounded the Earth is like the blanket to protect or to cover because it surrounds the Earth. It's like the blanket because when we sleep we surround ourselves with a blanket. That is why they said atmosphere is a blanket of air that surrounds Earth, okay? The atmosphere is a blanket of air that surrounds Earth. The atmosphere is made up of gases. Is made up of what? Of gases that have no color, taste, or odor. You know the odor? Odor is a smell. So the atmosphere is the blanket of air that surrounds Earth. Okay? The atmosphere is made up of gases, okay? These gases, no color, no taste, no odor. These gases have weight. Have what? Weight. And you know what is the weight? Yes, something have a weight. Can be heavy or light. So these gases have weight. Have what? Weight. The weight of the atmosphere presses down on Earth. These gases, there is no color, there is no taste, there is no odor, and these gases have a weight, okay? Weight of this atmosphere presses down on Earth. This pressing down is called what? It's called air pressure. It's called what? Air pressure, because we're talking a lot of air pressure, but we didn't say what is the air pressure exactly. So when these gases in the atmosphere pressing down the Earth, this is called what? Air pressure. Pressure from presses, because it presses down, so it's called what? Air pressure. So when the weight of atmosphere presses down on Earth, this is called what? Air pressure. This is called what? Air pressure.